We're in Rivertown now. Rip City. This is what the people wanted.
Welcome to the Ripper Show. I'm your host, the Ripper.
I got 2 boxes here to open. Here we go. So I got One Piece and I got the Infinite Forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh, which I traded for today. Yep. My mood will probably get better as we go, but if I seem a little off right now, I do apologize. Let's start with, what should we start with? I guess we'll start with the One Piece. So it's OP06, and we're chasing that Manga Zoro. Still haven't gotten it. I mean, we pulled the, what was it, the Boa a couple weeks ago. That was nice. And it's been a while since I pulled the manga, and considering how many boxes I had gone through, it was about time. Like I said, usually my energy level is a lot higher, but it's just one of those days. First pack. All right, let's go quickly through these since we got 2 boxes to go through. And it's a cool card. Gecko Moria, and it looks like it's 2 rares. Cool. Let's see here. So recently, I do have a little story, I guess, to tell. Basically, I've been orchestrating this trade between 2 individuals for One Piece cards, for mangas, right? And one of the traders, he's currently a pre-med student. Looks like it's a double rare again for this pack. And so we're just talking about stuff and mentioned about my past experience from being a pre-dental student myself, or pre-dental in that field myself. Me personally, I feel like if you do medical missionaries or any kind of medical outreach, it's a very substantial experience that I feel every pre-medical field individual should have, right? And, oh, we got our first super rare. Looks like it's Aramaki. All right. And the reason being, like, you know, there's the idea of becoming a doctor and what it's like being in the medical field. Maybe you have parents that are exposed you to it a little more, but unless you're really in that setting, you really don't know. Or if maybe you didn't know that it was that much blood or whatever it is, or it's a very eye-opening kind of experience, but it's definitely humbling as well. So from my experience, right? So we were talking about how I recommend him to essentially try something like that, because for me, there's no more honorable, I guess you could say, selfless kind of job, or the idea of that job is a doctor, right? Because you're trying to save lives, right? So getting to experience actually helping people and seeing real life cases and a lot of the bad that you might not normally see, it's right. It can only help your growth and also your own experiences. So when I was in pre-dent, I took up an offer basically from a church to go on this medical missionary trip with them, right? And I had no idea what, I was 20, the first time I went, I was 19 years old, 20 years old. So I had no idea what that meant, right? And so, like, yeah, sure, what the hell, let's do it. And slowly but surely, they told me a little bit more information, but at that point, I was already committed. They said, hey, so you're gonna come to Haiti with us, right? And I was like, I didn't even know what Haiti was at that point. I'm not gonna lie. And so I was like, whatever, right? And people around me at that time were like, dude, you know Haiti is bad, right? What do you mean? Well, it's literally the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. I was like, oh, really? I see. I already committed, so I'm gonna go. And so I went. And when I went, it didn't really hit me until that I was in a third world country. And it's not when I got off the plane, right? Just the airport itself, I mean, obviously it wasn't great, but it still didn't hit me until the lead doctor was like, our bus broke down that usually takes us across that mountain over there that you see outside. So we're gonna have to fly. We're gonna charter another plane. I was like, oh crap. All right, I guess. So I'm thinking, all right, we're gonna get another, you know, I'm not thinking like a G5, but you know what I mean? Like one of those like medium-sized planes. Okay, and then that was fly us over wherever we're trying to get to. No, that's not what he meant. He was talking about one of those tiny planes, you know, like that fits like 3 people inside. Yeah, one of those. So he commissioned like 3 or 4 planes that would have to go. It's about a 20-30 minute flight. He made, I guess oh shoot. Oh, we got our first Cody Jones leader. Along with most of the heavy luggage into our plane, right? So that when we get there, we would unload kind of until they arrive. They fly. So obviously, this is my first time in this, like just on this trip. I've been 5 times now. This is my first time here or there, and I begrudgingly get on this plane. with a person I wasn't even sure that was licensed or not. I have no idea. I still don't to this day. And we start flying over this mountain. And about 20 minutes later, he goes, "We're here." And I look around and I don't see anything, right? Like, I'm just like, where? What do you mean we're here? Like, and he's like, "Over there, you don't see that?" And I squint my eyes and like, and I see that over there. It's just this huge field, right? It's a marketplace for that. All the vendors and stuff, they set up shop there. Big open field that doubles as a landing strip. Now, foolish me, spoiled me, I guess. I'm thinking, you get on a plane, if you get on a plane at an airport, you're gonna fly into another airport. And yeah, I know it's Haiti. Sure, I might have had too much of an expectation here, but I thought, for sure, at the very least, there has to be some sort of landing strip, right? No. This guy basically does circles around the field, kind of like waves at them, I guess to signal that to get the F out of the way. And all of a sudden, as he's going back up, I look back and I see all these people just scrambling out of the way. And yeah, we landed on this field / market. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to be okay or not, because, don't get me wrong, when there's like 100 black dudes running at you in a country you're not familiar with, you'd be scared for a second. I was like, "Oh, right?" I was like, "Yo, why are they running?" And he's like, "Oh no." The pilot's like, don't worry. They're here to help you." And, oh, okay, cool. All right. And not all of them were. Oh, look. Basically, like, look at the funny looking man, like, on what they're doing here. And others, yeah, they were part of the compound, and they were just there to help. So we started like loading up the trucks. But yeah, there's some that was probably there to steal shit too. In a poor country, I don't blame them, right? Yeah, if that was only the last of my transport worries, I guess you could say. So everyone's safe. We all get there safely. All the luggage is out. We're packing up. We're loading up the trucks that are, is going to take us to the compound. And it was a little ignorant of me, or just a little, but I was like, there's 4 trucks here, and there's 25 of us. I wonder where the other cars are. Oh, this time it's the other O.D. Jones. Wow, what a booster box here. That is double hootie. Yeah, I'm there. I'm like, oh, we just loaded up all this whole like 4 trucks with all of our goods. Hey, so where's the other trucks, Doctor? How are we gonna get there? He's like, what do you mean? All the cars are here. I was like, oh, you guys gonna go back and forth and like pick us, like, the way here? He's like, no, you just get on. Like, first time experiencing it, it's a little bit of a shock. I was like, I don't understand. Is this truck like inside, like all of a sudden extend out? Like what is this, a transformer? He's like, no. You just sit outside on the truck, on the ledge of it, right? So grab, like, just to the truck and just grab onto the whatever we could, and that's how we got around the different towns while we were there. Honestly, it's so much fun. And it's not drive super fast. He'll top out at like maybe 25, 30 miles, because there's no actual paved roads, right? In between from our compound we stay at to like the villages that we go, that we planned on meeting or treating that day. We'll see the countryside. We'll have little Haitians, like literally little kids, like oh my God, look at those Asians, or I've never seen that before. They'll like literally run along the trucks with us, butt ass naked, junk just hanging out. Yeah, they're having a conversation with us. It was cool. Us like little rivers, right? I wouldn't call it a river. I guess it is, but streams, right? And it's definitely you know, I'll never forget, and honestly, one that I'm very grateful for. So, a little sidetrack. I'm just telling you the story, right? Like, full experience here, the full breadth, the full 360 of this here. I want to give you that entire outlook, and even if you're not in or if you're not planning to be like a doctor or whatnot, it's something that. Okay, we got another super rare here. This one, that even if you're not going to be in the medical field, like honestly, I don't know if that's a good kind of color or if that's just like a standard super rare color, but we got something here. I don't know. Is that just a regular super rare? It is. Oh, okay. You know, like we get so caught up in our own problems and our first world problems, really, right? And we fail to really appreciate just simple things that are in our life, just the simple things that are given in our life, and really, like going there and seeing just how little they have, right? And yet you experience still like happiness from them, right? In these little things, right? And things that we find mundane or just boring, they find joy even in that kind of environment. And really, it's like a reminder that, hey, just don't forget about to really take a step back and when you're complaining about whatever it is that you didn't get, something, whatever it is, right, XYZ, that really it could be a lot worse, and that you still have a lot to appreciate and to really value in your own life. So yeah, definitely, if you guys are interested or something, I'll see what I can do as far as like spots from the trips that I used to go on. But just find like a local medical outreach kind of program. I'm sure that like volunteer kind of work, and get out of your comfort zone, really. I highly recommend it. And if you are in the medical field, do you plan on being in the medical field, nurse, dentist, whatever it is? It's definitely, for me, I feel like it's a must kind of have experience. And so, remind me of all my experiences back in Haiti, and the joy and the humbling of the whole thing, the experience, the humblingness. Oh God, I can't even talk right now. But just how truly it's something I value, right? And I loved it so much that I went 5 more times. Shima Guild. It looks like there's something back here. And the Perona. We pulled our 2 SRs, stars, which wasn't. I mean, it's all right, but hopefully there's either a secret or, cross your finger, the manga in here. Now, me personally, while I was on this trip, I was pretty down. But I didn't immediately go on to the... did I? I think I... No, I did. So I remember might as well finish up this story on it to give you the entire look on my experience in Haiti. So we get to the compound, and really it's just getting settled and loading our goods. It's just basically preparing for them the first thing. And so we'll drive out first thing in the morning, probably like at 7 a.m. in school that we'll go to shop. And I remember the first night before we went out, right? We're trying to decide who's on or who's going to be on which team. And of course, like they were mentioning, like, hey, you do, but so it's not once you decide that's the team you're gonna be on now. But I just remember, oh my goodness, oh, this is hard. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, so the team was made up of basically a lot of college kids, right? Mostly the professionals on this. One an oral surgeon, 2 doctors, and a nurse. So those are the medical professionals on the team. And then just the rest were college kids, right? Or most that were all pre-med. And then one wasn't. He was just there. I thought that was awesome, Oh, good card to pull. But yeah, so I just remember the dentist, one of the dentists, and he ended up becoming like basically my he wrote my like letter of rec and all that. And he goes, I don't know why, I just thought it was funny, and I was like, all right, let's just do it. Because I honestly, I was like, I don't want to go right into dent, right? I want to kind of go try some other stuff too, and then I'll make my way over there. But he was like, who wants to pull some teeth? I was like, shh. I was like, all right, let's just do it. Because I honestly make my way over there. But I'm going to see who actually has the skills to do it. So come over here and then let's see what you got. And if I deem you don't have like the capacity to do so, then you're going to be an assistant to whoever, right? And yeah. Essentially, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but yeah, I ended up being the only one who was allowed to see my own patients. Not only the entire trip, but one of maybe three other non-professionals that was allowed to actually do extractions and just see my own patients and just, yeah, and then just trying to, like, obviously, like if I was even a little unsure, I'd go grab, his name was Dr. Park. I'd go hit Dr. Park. Just want to double check. Just want to make sure that, I did, I'm assessing, the right thing here, and that these are the teeth that I need to extract, or if there's anything else we can do. And sure enough, yeah, I made some mistakes, but that's what he was there for. But yeah, it was pretty cool, dude. I probably pulled, I want to say, close to 1,000 teeth my 5 years there. No joke. Yeah, I made some mistakes. That's what he was. It was pretty cool, dude. I probably pulled, I want to say, close to 1,000 teeth. There.
This concludes the first part of this video. I do have one more box to open. I'm a one-man show right now. I'm trying my best to do all the editing I can right now to make it as entertaining as possible. So I want to release this first part first, and then I will release the second one. But I need you guys to subscribe, hit the like button, do all that stuff, It really helps. With my potty mouth, I'm almost expecting to get canceled sooner than later, probably. So, how are you going to know this if you're not subscribed? So just please go ahead and do that for me. Greatly appreciate it, all right? And I'll make sure to get part 2 out as soon as I can.